We're here with Brett Rogers, and Brett, you got a huge fight coming up against Fedor Emelianenko. It's going to be on CBS, primetime network television. Give me your thoughts about stepping into the cage with this guy.
Stepping in the cage is basically going to be like, my last fight, you know what I mean? I'm just going to go in there. I'm still hungry, And a lot of people not understanding that, it's been a long time coming, especially with, what it took for me to get to where I am right now. And I mean, I never really was a Fedor fan, you know what I mean? I only watched, that Arlovsky, Fedor fight.
That's the only fight you've seen?
That's the only fight I've seen. All the rest has just been clips. I never actually watched in a full out fight with him.
Yeah.
So I mean, people need to understand that I'm not going in there with that mentality. Oh, I'm about to fight Fedor. I'm going in there with that mentality. I'm going in there to beat or kill or whoever's on the opposite side of that cage. It's just another man to me. You know what I mean?
So you don't have that awe factor that a lot of these guys have.
No, I don't. I'm definitely not paying attention to who he is and what his background as far as MMA goes. He's just another man to me. I'm just going in there to smash him, man.
You said it's a long time coming, and all the stuff you went through to get here. Give me an idea. What?
Okay, what I mean by that is like this. I mean, I'm just an ordinary guy, man. I mean, I'm a family guy. I got a wife, 3 kids. You know what I mean? I've been just working, just busting my ass for some years. You see what I'm saying? And it was just getting to that point that I had to find something to do. Otherwise, I was gonna wild out in the wrong direction. And I mean, jumping into the MMA was kind of was just like whatever in the beginning.
How did you get into MMA? Where did you come from? What sports?
Basically, I played, basketball, football. I was that type of jock in high school and junior college. I mean, it only went so far, It got to the point that, it's moving around in the city because, I'm from Minnesota. And, I went to a junior college out in, the outskirts of the city or whatnot. It really wasn't for me. It was just something to do, try to figure out myself a little bit more. And then, in the meantime, I was taking, taekwondo, doing amateur boxing, then, bumped into Mike Riley, he kind of introduced me to the sport, and ever since then, I just kind of been just banging it out, banging hard.
And then you said in the beginning you didn't really take it seriously. What clicked in, what made you click and say, okay, I can do this. I can be a real...
Okay. Basically, it was like this. I mean, I knew, like I said in the beginning, it was kind of like whatever, because I mean, you're not going to know, right in the beginning if this is what you want to do. Most of the time. But it started clicking, after a couple wins. I was like, you know what? I could see me doing this, you know what I mean? As long as I, keep my head straight, work hard, I should do fine. And I mean, so far, that's been my game plan, and it's been working so far. As long as I keep, pushing forward, working hard, I can't see nobody getting in the cage with me and just tossing me around or whatever. It's just not going to happen. So
that's kind of hard to imagine anybody tossing you around anywhere.
That's not going to happen, man. I got that, like I said, I got that hunger. I come from nothing. I'm talking, when I say nothing, I'm talking like back in the day with the rats and the roaches and mice and all in the crib, holes in the wall, stuff like that. You know what I mean? I've seen it all. It's nothing I haven't seen. So I mean.
And you're originally from Minneapolis?
I'm originally from Chicago, South Chicago, and kind of moved up, half like, about 92, 93, somewhere around there. But I mean, it was a lot of things that I seen before then, and then like I said, I come from nothing, no money. So I mean, when you go from that, you're not going to something most of the time. When I moved up to Minnesota, Minnesota is nothing compared to Chicago as far as the low budget areas or whatnot. But it has its parts, So I mean, it's always bad area to bad area. You gotta stand up with your chest all out, you know what I mean, all the time. Because I'm the type of person, you're not just gonna punk me, you know what I mean. I'm not nobody's punk, and I mean, I go in the cage with that same mentality. You're not coming in there just running me. This is my cage. I'm running this show. I mean, that's just how I work. That's how I operate.
And now, you said you've been out here for how many weeks now in California?
No, actually, I've been out here for a couple days. I plan on being out here for an extra couple days, just doing little, little extra things that I need to do.
And you're working with a bunch of different guys?
I'm definitely working with all sorts of gyms. I had the chance to work with Josh Barnett. I also had the chance to work with Chase. Just moving around, man. I actually just left Boss Ruben's gym.
Oh, yeah?
So a lot of people. This sport. Once you get to that level, that respect level, and even if you're not on that respect level, most of the time people are willing to open the door. You know what I mean, to help you to take it to that next level and whatnot. So
you're just taking advantage and trying to get as much of that?
Taking advantage of it, because it's like one of those, you give, you get, vice versa, all the time. So, you're helping me out, I'm helping you out at the same time. So, it's never just one-sided. It's always both ways, somehow, some way. So, I love that. I love that portion of the sport because I feel I can go to any state and I'm just, if I need to get a gym, it's to the point that I'm like, hey, who it is, my name is this, you know what I mean?
And they're like, no problem, let's go.
Let's go. It's official, so, it's just, I'm comfortable where I'm at.
Yeah.
And like I said, man, this is me, this is my sport. I don't plan on leaving this sport anytime soon, you know what I mean? I've always had that fight in me, even without fighting. Whatever I want, you know what I mean? I'm gonna fight to get. That's just me. That's just me and my family. We are some fighters. You know what I mean? We some hustlers.
How many brothers and sisters you
have? I got 2 brothers, no sisters, but they're not my size. One was my size, but it wasn't, healthy.
Oh, it wasn't a healthy.
It wasn't a healthy way. Yeah, it wasn't a healthy. But
Are you the oldest? Where do you?
I'm the oldest.
You are.
I'm the oldest, so I've always been in that position where I'm the older brother. If the younger ones cut up, you know what I mean? I have to, set them straight or set somebody else straight if they messing with them. And you know how it goes. Somebody mess with your family, you're not just going to let them push your family around. You're going to step in the picture and be like, hey, you better back or get some, one of the two.
Was your mom and dad around, or were you the one that was running things, or what?
Basically, it was like this, man. Chicago was getting bad. You know what I mean? I don't want to go too deep with it, but it was getting bad. And, moms, gets to a point where things get real tough. So I kind of left Chicago. And when I left Chicago, I left with my grandmother. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so, she was there. She's there now. You know what I mean? It's just always been kind of like a back and forth thing. And it really didn't have no part in it because I knew I always could see her, get around her. But I guess that's just the way it goes. I come from, you either got a mother or a grandmother, which is, your mom, dad, and grandma at the same time. And sometimes your grandfather, So that's where I come from. None of my friends had just both.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was always just one or the other. So, sometimes they kind of get to you because you get, everybody want to make fun of you, especially coming from Chicago to up here, Chicago to Minnesota. You get, a lot of people want to talk, want to talk shit, you know what I mean? Like, oh, this is this, you a bastard, and I always, like I said, I always had, that inner, I don't want to say hate, but it's just always been a competitive side to me.
Does that make you appreciate your wife and kids even more? Because you have a family now. There is a mom and dad.
My family is the world to me, man. Yeah. And I, like I said, I've been busted. I'm working hard. I'm talking like working 2-3 jobs all the time, running around trying to find whatever I can do to put food on the table. And MMA has kind of slowed down that traffic, because I wasn't able to see nobody. It was either I'm gonna come in the house, give kisses, good night, or I get to see you in the morning before school. That was about the only time I seen anybody.
Because you were working 2 jobs.
I was all over the place, man.
Jeez.
And so,
what kind of jobs were you doing? Like
man, just anything. Like I was a tent man. Like, hey, whatever. Yeah. You know what I mean? I need some cash, man. It's almost a holiday season. What can I do? You know what I mean? other stuff, whatever.
So when did you finally become a full-time professional fighter? Like where that was your job, where you didn't have to worry about
Basically, I mean, Elite XC, I'm not even gonna count that time because obviously, it flopped.
Yeah.
I was kind of on the right path with that, but it flopped. Then Strikeforce picked me up, and I say, after the Bongo fight, right after the Bongo fight, you know what I mean. I was kind of comfortable. That's why I'm glad, Scott, kind of picked me up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I was kind of like, I don't know what I'm about to do, man. Should I go back to whatever, or should I just try to, be patient? I'm a patient dude, man. I'm a patient dude. And it's
We can only wait so long, yeah.
Right. Patience runs out. You know what I mean? And,
like talking to Tom, he was like making the point that this is the kind of fight that can put you over instantly. Like,
right.
It's like one of those shots. Like, I mean, do you think of that, or do you have to push that aside?
I push that to the side, man, because if I really think about that, my mind is just gonna be racing about just dumb shit. You know what I mean? I don't want to think about it. All I want to think about is the fight and what I'm gonna do and what I need to do to get that win. Because, like I said, I don't care about Fedor to the point that I need to worry about his name and what he's gonna do like that. All I need to know is that he's another man. He's coming in my cage, because I put it. It's my cage. Anytime I step in, it's my cage. He's coming in my cage, and I'm gonna show him I'm nothing to be played with. I'm gonna hurt him. I mean, when it comes down to it, I'm headhunting, just like I headhunted Arlovsky. He was kind of sleeping on, my game, like, Rogers, who is Rogers, blah 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 blah, whatever. Fedor, for some reason, I think he's gonna go down the same path, like, he's nothing. He says I have nothing to prove and blah 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 and all that there. No, he needs to prove something one more time, otherwise he's gonna get knocked out. I'm telling you, I'm hunting that chin, and if he can't take my best, it's a wrap. It's over.
Well, hey man, I wish you a lot of luck, and thanks for taking the time out, man.
No doubt, man.